Every system that wanted to control men started by flooding them with pleasure. Not pain, not fear, pleasure. Because pain creates resistance, pleasure creates compliance. Look around. Sex is everywhere. On your phone, on billboards, in ads that have nothing to do with sex. Ask yourself something uncomfortable. If lust weakens men, why is it promoted this aggressively? Nothing this widespread is accidental. Empires don't fall from hunger first. They fall when discipline is replaced by indulgence. And indulgence always feels like freedom, right before it becomes a chain. This is why modern advertising doesn't sell products. It sells stimulation, a flash of skin, a suggestion, a promise. Not enough to satisfy you, just enough to keep you restless, because a restless man keeps scrolling, keeps clicking, keeps obeying impulse. Freud warned that when libido runs unchecked, the mind becomes a servant to desire. And servants don't lead civilizations. They follow urges. Your enemy doesn't look like a tyrant. It looks like a screen. Every swipe, every clip, every image, a hit of dopamine. Your brain learns one thing: reward without effort. No waiting, no risk, no consequence. Compare that to ancient men. A hunt could take weeks. Failure meant starvation. Success meant survival. Today, pleasure arrives in seconds. Your nervous system was not built for infinity, so it adapts. It lowers motivation. It weakens focus. It dulls ambition. You feel tired without doing anything hard. And the most dangerous part? Your brain thinks it's winning. But while dopamine spikes, your life stays exactly where it is. Buddha never called desire immoral. He called it dangerous, not because it exists, but because it multiplies. Desire is a fire. Feed it once, it grows. Feed it twice, it demands more. You don't extinguish fire by feeding it gasoline. That was Buddha's insight. Modern men are taught the opposite. Indulge to be free. But indulgence doesn't end craving. It trains it. That's why satisfaction feels so short-lived. That's why emptiness returns faster each time. Pleasure promises relief, but what it delivers is dependency. And dependency is not peace. It's a leash. Arthur Schopenhauer stripped the romance away. He said sexual desire isn't about your happiness. It's about nature's survival. You are not the master in that moment. You are the vehicle. That's why the clarity always comes after. The release ends, and awareness rushes back in. The room feels quieter. The mind feels heavier. Not guilt, recognition. Recognition of time lost, energy spent, nothing built. Nature got what it wanted. You did not. And this is the cruelty of lust. It borrows meaning from the future and leaves you empty in the present. History doesn't change. Only the costumes do. Rome didn't fall when it was hungry. It fell when it was entertained. Gladiators replaced discipline. Feasts replaced restraint. Pleasure replaced purpose. The same pattern repeats. The Ottomans, the French aristocracy. Every ruling class that forgot restraint. Strength builds empires. Excess rots them. No enemy needs to invade a civilization that has lost self-control. The same is true for men. When indulgence becomes normal, collapse becomes inevitable. Not dramatic, not sudden, quiet. Machiavelli never said, "Control men with violence." He said something far more effective. Control their desires. A man fighting temptation is not fighting authority. A distracted population doesn't rebel, it consumes. That's why modern control looks clean, entertaining, pleasurable. Screens replaced chains. Stimulation replaced force. You don't need soldiers when men are busy feeding their impulses. The most obedient man is the one who believes he's free because he can indulge whenever he wants. Power no longer needs permission, it just needs your attention. Every man feels this energy. Most waste it, a few redirect it. That is the dividing line between consumers and creators. Indulgence drains energy downward. Transmutation drives it upward. The same force that pulls you toward pleasure can build strength, focus, and legacy when disciplined. Great artists, warriors, builders, they didn't have less desire. They had command over it. What you waste in lust, you lack in vision. What you preserve becomes power. And power doesn't come from denial. It comes from direction. Ancient men did not worship comfort. They trained against it. Not because pleasure was evil, but because power demanded containment. In India, brahmacharya was not celibacy. It was mastery of force. In Rome, Stoics trained themselves to remain unmoved by impulse. In Japan, samurai treated discipline as a matter of life and death. These men understood something modern men forgot. Energy that leaks cannot build. That's why restraint was trained daily. In body, in thought, in action. Not suppression, but direction. A river that floods destroys. A river that is guided turns mills and builds cities. They weren't weaker than you because they lack comfort. They were more dangerous because they were contained. No one is coming to enslave you. You are already participating. Every impulse you obey trains you to obey the next one. Every time you choose ease over effort, you surrender a piece of command. This isn't about sex. It never was. It's about whether you rule your energy or it rules you. Look honestly at your life. What have you built with the energy you've been given? Because history is merciless. Weak men don't write it. Distracted men don't shape it. Drained men don't matter to it. If lust were harmless, it wouldn't be pushed this hard. They don't fear angry men. They don't fear loud men. They fear disciplined ones, because disciplined men cannot be controlled.